Hello folks, Mono here, and I'm here to bring you a Vel'Koz Masteries video. Now, before the video starts, I would like to thank you guys for all the support I've been getting recently. As someone who's just starting this channel up, I'm really proud and happy to get all of this attention towards my videos. It means a lot to me. Also, make sure you like my Facebook page. You'll get the most updates regarding my uploading schedule and regarding videos and streaming in general, and that's where you'll hear the most about it. So, go ahead and do so if you feel like it, but I'm going to move on to the video now. So, last video, as I said in the Vel'Koz patch notes, I'm going to discuss the Masteries here. Obviously, a lot of changes have happened in Season 6, and Masteries is one of the big ones. So we're going to go into this, and I've been screwing around with 2 Mastery pages in specific, but generally you run the same first 4 Mastery points in Ferocity and Cunning, so we're going to talk about those first. So, it's pretty clear you want to invest in the first 4 branches in the Ferocity and Cunning tree. The Resolve tree doesn't really do much for mages like Vel'Koz. So, in Ferocity, you want to go Sorcery, Double-Edged Sword, Natural Talent, and Oppressor. So, Sorcery is meant for AP mages, Double-Edged Sword is meant for damage in fights, Natural Talent is for more scaling damage, which really helps Vel'Koz out a lot, and Oppressor works very well in team fights. Now, Oppressor, I think, is one of the best masteries for Vel'Koz. Essentially what it does is that you get more damage with any spell that has CC, or even if you have teams that have high CC. But Vel'Koz has CC with 4 out of his 5 abilities. No, yeah, 3 out of his 4 abilities. There we go. Jeez, I can't talk today. So, I think that's a really strong mastery on Vel'Koz. I know some Vel'Koz main like to go the other one, and I personally don't think that's as strong as a choice. That's more for a snowballing, kind of more damage in team fights kind of mastery, but I prefer Oppressor. So, for Cunning, you want to go Wanderer, Secret Stash, Meditation, and Dangerous Game. Wanderer works really well for your movement speed, because movement speed is really strong in Vel'Koz because he has a lot of immobility. Secret Stash is for better potion, and he heavily relies on them for early laning. Meditation is for more mana regen, no mana pots now, so he uses a lot of mana early game, and I really think you need as much mana as you can get, especially if you want to be dominant in lane and spam your spells. And then Dangerous Game, I take on Cunning for the last 4 slots on the mastery tree, and I don't think Dangerous Game is any particularly that good, but I mean, I guess it works, but it's better than Bandit, which is more of a support item. So I would prefer that on Vel'Koz, but have them for both of your mastery pages on your mid lane or top lane in general, and you could swap them out depending on the matchup or how strong you are at Vel'Koz. Like, for example, you could take Feast instead of Double-Edged Sword for more damage and for more sustain in lane, because Double-Edged Sword is for more damage in fights. But if you have trouble sustaining in lane a lot, or you find yourself at low health pretty often, you could take Feast and you should have a little bit more sustain. So now we're going to look at the Deathfire's touch line, or the last section in the Ferocity tree. This is one of the main builds I go in Vel'Koz, which is 18, 12, and 0. So you leave the Cunning tree like we had gone through before, essentially have Wanderer, Secret Stash, Meditation, Dangerous Game, but on the Ferocity tree size, you have the same setup as before, as the first 4 mastery things, and now you have the Magic Penetration one and the Deathfire's Touch. Now, the advantages you get on Deathfire's Touch is that you have strong damage on your abilities, and you also get a lot of Magic Penetration, which is really strong on Vel'Koz. I would say this is a pretty good route to go on Vel'Koz, and maybe not the strongest route you could take. However, I do think it's still pretty strong. What you do get out of it is a lot of ability spam on champions, and you get a lot of damage on your abilities. That's the main purpose for this mastery route you can go. I still think it's pretty strong, however, I don't think it's necessarily the best build or the best route you take in the mastery tree, and I think that's the best. I think Thunderlord's Decree is the strongest compared to the last one. So, I got a Reddit comment in my last thread on r/Summoner School on the Vel'Koz changes, and he said that going 12, 18, 0 would be the strongest route. And I looked into it, and I think he's absolutely right, and a lot of other people agree with him, and I also run 12, 18, 0. So, essentially, you take the Intelligence Mastery, and that's what's really strong on Vel'Koz. It allows more CDR, and Vel'Koz item routes don't allow for much CDR early on. So, really only Morello and Athene's, and none are like the main ones, and then you don't really get any from Liandry's, Zanya's, Deathcap, or Luden's, and that's usually the main items you build on Vel'Koz. So having more CDR from your masteries is really important, and it'll be really good early on. So I think that mastery is incredibly strong on Vel'Koz. And also, Thunderlord's Decree is pretty good, and I think it's honestly the best setup for Vel'Koz. It allows for high burst damage, which matches well with Vel'Koz, and I consider Vel'Koz a burst mage because of how you combo your abilities and how it works with his passive. And Challenger and Master Vel'Koz mains tend to run 12-18-0, and I honestly think this is the best way to go. You get for every like third hit, you essentially get a little damage boost. So I think that's really strong. And also it just got yeah, it got bust. Good job. I shouldn't be doing this in the morning. It just got buffed in the recent hotfix, and the cooldown on it has reduced 10 seconds, so now it's 20 seconds instead of 30 seconds for every third ability you hit. So this is just a little update video, I guess, or just explaining the best mastery setup because I said I would talk about it. This is more of a little casual style. I made a lot of mistakes here. I usually write a little script so I don't mess up when I'm talking. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Let me know how you thought, and I'll see you guys later.